Have you ever felt like giving up? Just, I can't do this anymore. I've done everything I can, and I've tried and I've tried, and nothing's working. Nothing's happening, and I'm just going to give up. When I was a young kid, I probably was like 5 years old. I'm thinking 5, 6, somewhere in there, 4 or 5. I don't know. My dad was teaching me how to ride a bicycle. Training wheels came off, and it was time to learn how to ride a bicycle. Well, I wasn't doing too good. I remember, because I remember doing this with my kids even. And I fell so many times and was crying. I remember running into the bushes, and I got stung by a bee. And man, to me, that was it. I was done. I remember my dad said, let me put some mud on it. And I'm like, mud? He put mud on it, and he said, this is going to take the bee sting away. This is what my dad did for me, and this helps. Now, I don't know if that was a mind game, or if he was just trying to get my mind off of it, and it was something he thought of at the time, or if it actually works. Has anybody heard of that? Mud on a bee sting? Because I don't know. To this day, I still don't know. Probably should Google it. Google knows everything. Well, almost everything. Don't remember if it actually took the hurt away from the bee sting, but I remember we kept going. And I kept falling, and finally I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I remember him sitting me down, and he said to me, David, stop saying I can't. Say I can. And at the time, I was like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. But I always remembered that. And then I was a little bit of a smart aleck. Not a little bit, probably a lot of a smart aleck as a little kid. And I said, I can't do it again. And he said, David, say I can. You can. You can do anything you want to do. And I said, yeah, well, I can't go stand on the moon, or I can't go to the moon. Something to that effect. And he said, if you want to, if that's what you really wanted to do, you could. And you can. And I remember thinking at the time, yeah, that's just crazy talk. That's crazy talk. My dad's talking crazy. Even at that young age, I thought he's talking crazy. Well, when I was I think it was 9 years old, the family gathered around the TV. The boob tube, if you will. And we watched A Man on the Moon. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk it? So that has stuck with me all these years. When my kids used to say growing up, I can't, I used to say, you can. You can do anything you want. You may fail. It may not work out for you, but you know what? You'll never know unless you try. You know the whole saying, you never know unless you try. Well, it is so true. The same thing goes with our health. Why do we wait till we're almost don't have any time left before we decide, now's the time we're going to take care of ourselves? Now, so many of my friends of my age, family that's my age, it's the importance of diet and our health is so much more amplified and more sought after the older we get. Why do we wait? Why do we wait? Well, the way I look at it is, it's not bad. It doesn't matter if you're 50, if you're 60, if you're 70, if you're 80. It's never too late. I don't care if you're 85 and you decide to go on a diet, you decide to exercise. It's never too late. The time is now, no matter what time it is. How could it be bad for you? Exercising, watching your diet, having maybe a more fulfilling, a more productive life. How could that be bad? So some people say, oh, I'm 70 or I'm 65 and I've lived this way so long. I'm just going to live my life and be happy. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. I'm not going to exercise. Who cares? Well, you may suffer the consequences of those actions, because as we get older, things are going to get harder. I have noticed a huge change in my well-being from changing my diet over the last 3 years. When I started working out in my early 20s, the reason I started working out was because I hurt my back. And I had the sciatic nerve, or however you call it, the nerve going, you have discs in your back. This is the way the doctor explained it to me. You have discs in your back, and there's toothpaste in the middle of them. And you've squished your disc, and some of that toothpaste has come out and it's hit a nerve, and that's where you're getting the pain. So our goal is to get those discs separated a little bit, get that toothpaste, if you will, back in there, and get that off that nerve, and hopefully you'll feel better. So what he did was he put me in physical therapy 3 days a week. I was losing work, going to the physical therapist, and after about the second visit, they had me on a bicycle, they had me lifting like light weights and doing these exercises and stretches. And I said to the physical therapist, what is what is the main goal of these exercises? And he said it was to strengthen the muscles around your lower back, around your core, in order to keep those discs tight and to keep them together, so you've got a stronger core. So I thought to myself, I went to the doctor, I made a visit to see my doctor, and I said, Doc, look, I'm going to the physical therapist 3 times a week, losing a lot of work, losing a lot of time. Why can't I go to the gym? Why can't I join a gym and do this myself or do it at home? He said, well, you can. I'll give you some exercises to do, and yes, you can do it at home or at the gym. So that's exactly what I did. I changed my plans for the outcome that best benefited me at the time. Same thing, same goal, just a different way of looking at it. And that's the way we need to look at our health and our physical body, is you don't have to do the same old that everybody does. You can do whatever you want as long as the end goal, which you want to accomplish. You know, this whole diet thing and this whole losing weight it's gotten so out of whack with all these diets, all these weird diets, the Miami diet, the Weight Watchers, all these diets, when the main goal of all and every single diet is to watch what you eat, watch what you put down your trap in order to lose the weight. It's what it is. I mean, they're all the same. All these diets, the top 10 diets, which I'm going to go over in a future video because it's just craziness. The top 10 diets of 2026 are basically exactly the same thing. Just eat a proper human diet, exercise, and you will lose weight. And here's the one for you. You don't have to even exercise. No, you don't. You don't have to even walk. You could sit on your couch, watch TV, as long as you watched your diet, as long as you ate a proper human diet, as long as you made sure that you ate the proper things, you didn't overindulge, you took the sugars out, you took the carbs out, and you took all the processed foods out, I guarantee you will lose weight and you don't have to lift a finger. Not one finger, not even that one finger. Don't have to do anything. The only finger that is what you eat. That's it. You don't have to do anything and you will lose weight, guaranteed. Now, is working out good for you? Yes. Is walking good for you? Absolutely. It's going to help you. And you need to do those things if you want to, especially as we get older, because it's only going to help you as we age. The stronger your core is, the stronger your legs are, your back, your arms, it's going to benefit you in the long run. And we're already in the long run, if you know what I mean. But you don't have to run 10 miles to lose weight. Do you know how many calories it'll take you if you ran 5 miles? It doesn't make sense. No, just eat correctly. Eat the proper diet and you will lose weight. It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. Quit saying I can't. Say I can. Your mind, that's why I call it the mind's diet. The mind is the most powerful tool you have. I had goals. I had some goals today. I have to run some errands. I got to get gas in the car. had to come to the shop and pick up some stuff. I have to do some things. But in order to do that, I was laying in bed watching TV with my wife this morning, drinking coffee. And I said, I have to go do some stuff. Did I want to do it? No, I really didn't want to do it. I could have laid in that bed the rest of the day and just chilled out. But I have so much going on. And if you've been watching my channel, you know what I'm going through right now. I'm going through this floor in my RV and it's kicking my butt. But I am not going to let it win. I'm going to do anything and everything I can to get this done. I'm not going to say I can't. I'm going to say I can. And I'm going to keep going. Yes, I've already ran into a zillion problems already, and that's why I'm here at the shop picking up things, because I have to continue doing this floor if I want it done. No one's coming to save me. I could hire somebody, but I can't afford anybody, so I'm gonna have to do this myself. So I have to do whatever I can in order to make this work. So that's what I'm gonna do. Same thing with your diet, same thing with the goals that you have in front of you. You have to make the decision to do it yourself. Now, I didn't want to come out here and go get gas, come pick up this extra material. No, I could have just laid in bed all day and it would have been so much nicer. I've been comfy, watching TV, just chilling out. But no, I have to do it. My mind, I decided I had to do this. I decided I had to get off my butt and I had to go do it because it wasn't going to get done. I just couldn't call somebody up and say, hey, could you go do this for me? Because no, they're not going to do it. So you have to do the same thing with your diet, with your exercise. You have to decide you're going to do it. All these diets out there, none of those diets work unless you decide. You decide that you're going to do it. You're going to implement all the best possible scenarios for yourself in order to get to the end goal of losing weight, if that's what you want. If it's exercise, you have to decide to get up and walk. You have to decide to get up and lift weights. You have to decide to do it. No one's going to do it for you. And there's pills, there's shots that you can take, but those come with risks. Those comes with maybe side effects that aren't so good for you. Why can't you just do what you can in the easiest possible way? That's why I decided that physical therapy 3 times a week wasn't working for me. I need an easier path to my goal, to that goal. To me, not going to physical therapy 3 times a week, that was a hassle. So I decided I was going to do it my own way. I would work out at home. I would do the exercises on my time, not the time that the therapist said I needed to be there. Now it was my time. I had to get up. I had to make the mindset, my mind's diet, in order to get to the physical therapist 3 times a week. Well, I can do it on my time, how I want to do it, as long as the end goal is exactly the same. There's no difference. You can do it. You can do anything you want to do. Are you going to fail? Sure, you might fail, but you'll probably be a lot better off than you were. Action beats inaction. If you don't get up off the couch, you're going to sit there and you're going to be there forever if you don't get up and do it. If you don't change a flat tire, you're not going anywhere. You have to change that flat tire in order to get going again. If you don't change that flat tire, you're going to just sit there. So you have to do something in order to get something out of it. You got to do it. You have to do it. You have to take control of your life. That's why I call it the mind's diet. It's a diet. Our mind is a diet. It's like, did I eat that? That's what diet stands for. Did I eat that? You can ask yourself that. Why did I eat that? Did I eat that? That's why I'm not losing weight, because I ate that and I wasn't supposed to eat that. Same thing goes with our mind. We tell, no, I'm not going to do it. Well, your mind, you're the most powerful. You have the most powerful tool, and we all have it, and it's called our mind. Nothing gets done unless we decide to do it. All these top 10 diets of 2026, they won't work unless you decide to do it, unless you decide to implement. Sure, any diet's going to be a good diet. The top 10 diets, they're all basically the same. Processed sugars, carbs, processed foods, take those all out and eat a good diet and you'll lose weight. But you have to do it. You have to say no to that, and I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat more healthier food and take out all the crap, and eventually you will lose weight. I hope I motivated you. I hope this helps you. Sometimes we take things and we make them so complicated when they're so simple. Is it easy? No. If it was easy, everybody be losing weight. There'd be no obese people. Everybody be walking around with beach bodies, and it's not that easy. A lot of things in life aren't easy. It takes a little work. I play guitar and I get frustrated all the time because my fingers won't do what I want them to do. The older I get, the worse it is. But guess what? Every now and then I hit a chord, or I hit a couple chords together. Hey, it sounds pretty good. Like, wow, that was really good. It might have taken me weeks. It might have taken me months to get there. But I was continually pushing myself and trying new things. And eventually I got to where I was better at it. And that's the same thing with our lives. We have to continually change. We have to go down maybe a different road, swerve a little bit, try different things. Sure, we're going to fail. And this, a good example is this channel that I'm starting. I started this channel, this YouTube channel, in order to learn how to edit video. And it's been a challenging process, but I'm learning how to do it. And I thought, while I'm doing that, I'll make videos and maybe I could help people with their physical bodies, with their mental states. Just what could I do to motivate people and motivate myself? Doing this video right now that you're watching, I messed up so many times. I started recording and I forgot to switch the camera around. So I did a 15-minute video. That's what it came out to. When I looked, it was there, but the camera was turned around the wrong way and it was facing the opposite way. So it was just a black screen. And I looked at it and I thought I just spent 15 minutes talking to the camera, trying to get a YouTube video out. And now I have to do it over again. And for a moment, the mind's diet, I wanted to say to myself, just like a diet, you tell yourself you can't do it. What's a diet do? You have to put your health, tell yourself to eat the right things. I had to tell myself to do it again. Use my mind, Don't get depressed. Don't get mad. Don't get sad. Just fix the camera and do it. I got here this morning, and hopefully this sounds okay. I'm sure it's not going to sound as good as it would be if I had these, which are called my wireless mics, but I can't use them because you know why? I grabbed these this morning because I thought maybe I'll make a video today while I'm out doing my errands, and I forgot there's an adapter that goes into my phone, which triggers these work together. In order to have them work, I need the adapter for my phone. Well, I brought these, but I didn't bring the adapter. So, but did I let that stop me? No. Is it going to sound better? No, it's going to sound worse probably, but I told myself, no, I'm not going to let that stop me from making this video. I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully it's not going to sound too bad, and I'm going to do it. And then, like I just said a minute ago, I messed up on the camera, and I did 15 minutes of video, and I had to scratch it. I had to delete it. That was hard. There was a lot of good stuff in there, I thought. But now I had to do it over again. Was the other one better? I don't know. Maybe it was. But I kept going. I didn't let that get me down. Kind of got me down. But I said, no, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push myself to make this video. So there's a great example of not giving up, not saying I can't, but saying I can, and pushing through it and getting things done. I hope this helped you. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And yeah, watch. See if I finish this RV. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to hire somebody. It's really getting tough. I've wanted to say I can't a million times doing this RV. This floors in the RV. If you haven't seen the video, you can check out the video I just did recently about it. I was a little frustrated. Want to give up. Sometimes I want to give up. This morning I'm out doing stuff right now. I should be home right now trying to finish that floor up, but I'm just finding excuses not to get there. I got to go do it. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, guys. Thanks. Bye.